Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Daltonian95 coming at you with another Transformers video, and today we're taking a look at the crossover Sonic the Hedgehog, Wingtail, and Blue Booster. Now, I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about this set. Haven't really checked out transformation and whatnot, but just hoping I enjoy it more than what I've heard from other collectors. But you can see some really nice packaging art here. Of course, it's very Sonic coded because, I mean, it's Sonic, it's Sega, like, it's gonna be very colorful and bright. So you got Blue Booster here with 27 steps representing Sonic, and then Wingtail representing Tails as the tornado. Of course, I believe that was the name of the car too, was the Blue Booster. So it does get the ring shield, the little, I want to say it's a checkpoint thing. I need to ask my roommate, he knows a lot more about Sonic, so... And then, of course, Wingtail has a little flamethrower weapon. You can see them here in vehicle mode on the front. Again, nice artwork. Sonic X Tail, or Sonic X Transformers. Okay, let's go ahead and get this open and check them out. So here we have Blue Booster and Wingtail out of their packaging. And first and foremost, this set is kind of disappointing. They look great, but I'm disappointed in the build quality and some of the tolerances on these guys. So first off, we'll start off with Blue Booster, aka Sonic. I mean, like I said, he looks good. Aside from, you know, the waffles in the leg, which, I mean, that's fine because it collapses in. But the amount of waffles here, on the back of the arms, this little disappointing. And of course, these clip-on wheels, which makes me think this design was done up probably within the past 3 years and just now finally put out. Maybe it was intended to go up last year, I think, for the 30th anniversary of Sonic. If I can't remember exactly when the 30th anniversary was. My roommate knows a lot more about Sonic than I do, so. But, I mean, like I said, he looks fine. He is missing the red. That would be, you know, like associated with Sonic's shoes, but with this being his car from Sonic Team Racing, I believe, or just Sonic Racing, you know, they had to make that sacrifice. But it would have been nice to have some red paint thrown in there, other than, you know, the rims of the tires or wheels, whatever. So get into the paint, I guess. We got some kind of champagne gold here to represent Sonic's skin. You got blue visor there for his, what looks like one eye, but it is actually two. And some light blue, some white here. Of course, the red for the rims, taillights. And that's pretty much it for paint. Does have a little black nose right there. As far as his accessories, he does have the shield that is modeled after the ring, or one of the rings, so you can use it as a shield. Just pop it on his arm there. And then he comes with this. I believe it's supposed to be a power-up from the game. I'm not sure what this one is. I think it's invincibility. So let me know, correct me down below if I'm wrong on that. It does spin around. I guess it's reference something in the game. Does have a port that flips out here. You can either stick it in his fist, or it's just a little bit easier, plug it into there. I think you can plug the shield on there as well. So I guess this works for display. So yeah, there you go. You have Sonic with, or Blue Booster with the weapons. Just be like a little blaster, I guess. But there is that. Articulation, his head, I believe, is on a ball joint. Though some of the ball joints on this set are a little gummy, so I don't want to use it too much and end up sharing it off. But it is a very tight ball joint. It is on a hinge for transformation. You get up and down. Here at the shoulder, it's just on a hinge. No butterfly joint. So it does rotate on a swivel. It's just, clearance is not great. That's as far as you can get it up. And it is trigger happy shoulders, so yeah. Bicep is on a tight swivel. You get 90 degrees at the elbow, and then the fist moves up due to the transformation. No wrist swivel. Do get a waist swivel. Really tight forward and back at the hips. Do get all the way out. Well over 90 at the knees, so you can get them into some decent running poses, I guess. And you get all the way down for an ankle tilt, so you can get full splits. There we go. So there you go. There is pretty much everything for Blue Booster. So we'll get into his transformation after we take a look at Wingtail, which looks a lot more like Tails than, you know, Blue Booster does like Sonic. Do got some pretty decent paint, although again, you don't get a lot of paint here. A lot of this is either molded in the plastic that it's supposed to be, and just very little paint. So got molded in red plastic, white plastic, and this very mustardy, or not really mustardy, just very bright yellow. Of course, some black plastic here, of course, for the struts and landing gear. A little bit of black paint here. So as far as paint goes, you do get this kind of metallic gunmetal silver. You get some white here for his face, kind of a greenish color for the eyes. You get some white inside the ears, a little black nose. Get yellow on the propeller blades here, molded in red plastic on the whole thing. No paint on the arms other than what's on the wings. I believe the abdomen is painted red. No, that's a different piece. So yeah, this is all red plastic, then white plastic, red hips, yellow legs, all the way down to these sections of, I guess, the upper lower cat or lower shin, which I guess is supposed to represent his socks. I can't, I don't know. But white paint there, then you get some red. Or no, it's molded in red. No, it's molded in white, painted over red. Okay. So you get that. For his accessory, you get this little blaster that's like a booster piece for the tornado plane. It does have that port there, so I guess if you want, you can also plug the shield onto there. Or even, I don't know, maybe even other weapons. I don't know why they all have that. It does have this blast effect. It only fits into 5mm ports. It doesn't have a hole for weapon tips, but it is just a hollow clear plastic painted over with translucent blue paint. I guess you can hold it just like that. It's just a little like flamethrower blaster. Would have been cool if it came with a little wrench, because, you know, Tails is the mechanic and techie guy of Team Sonic. As far as the head, it's on a ball joint, a lot looser than on Blue Booster. Do get forward and back on a full 360 swivel joint. Get out to about there for the wing, or for the arm. The wing does knock him in the head, but if you remove the wing, or at least move it out of the way, you can get it up to there. Do get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows due to the transformation, nothing at the wrist. These tail sections do get in the way of a waist swivel. Just everything here is getting in the way. That's one of the biggest problems with this set, is everything clashes and gets in the way of itself. But you do get forward and back at the hips. Do get a thigh swivel, 90 degrees at the knee, and he's got hella waffles too, so his legs are completely hollow. Again, due to how they transform, but it's still just very disappointing how they designed this. Rotation at the foot due to the transformation, and ankle tilt. There is Wingtail. So yeah, as far as like build design and kibble, he's definitely the worst of the two. Let's give him that. We'll go ahead and set him off to the side and work on getting Blue Booster into vehicle mode. So we'll open this up on either side. We'll rotate. Actually, we'll bring this whole thing down. Open this up on either side. Bring out the wheels. Bring the head down. I think, yeah, just rotate this lower section around. Bring this up. Bring this side up. Actually, no, not yet, because it actually has to come fold down further. Rotate these up here. They are on a double hinge that will come down like that. Take the forearms, fold up the fists, rotate at the bicep, just like that. So we want it to fold in. There is a 3/4 peg right there next to the screw, and a tab and a slot right there. So this whole thing will come up, fold in, and tab into there. So rotate up, fold the fist up, bring this whole thing down. There we go. Make sure that's tabbed in. Just bring this all up. There we go. And we'll bring this section up. Rotate the cockpit. Open this up. Fold these sections down. Rotate this front shin around. Open this up. Rotate the front shin. Bring those up. Make sure that's all folded up nicely. Collapse the legs into, or the thighs into the leg. There's a tab and slot connection here and here. Same thing on this side. Collapse it up. Make sure it's all tabbed in. Bring down the canopy. And then you'll take his chest plate and plug it onto these two tabs right here. Just like that. There. And there we have Blue Booster in vehicle mode. And I guess it looks fairly accurate to the game. It just wish the build quality was better on this set. I mean, it rolls fine, especially with having these clip-on wheels. I just wish they were either reversed the other way to where you don't see the clip, or, you know, pinned wheels, Hasbro. I mean, you guys have been doing so good with that lately. And then now, the past couple waves of figures kind of dropped the ball on it. There we go. And of course, you can have this in the way for him to bash into and collect the invincibility. Oh, there it is. Shield doesn't really have anywhere to go, so I guess just keep it on here. There you go. So there is Blue Booster. All right, so moving on to Wingtail, we'll remove the blaster, set it aside. It wants us to open up this chest plate. Make sure the propeller blades are horizontal. And we'll just fold the head down into the engine. Flip up the front again. From here, bring, so the wings actually are supposed to be out like this. So I guess that gives you clearance to have, I'll go over that when we get back to robot mode. But fold the wings back. Then we'll bring the arms up like this, them fully straightened out. We'll take this whole section here and swing this little bar down and away. We actually want these up like that, down and around like this, to where they're coming out like that. Then we rotate just these sections here down. Down like that. We'll straighten these out again. And actually, oh, I did, okay, so I never realized that the cockpit rotates. That might be a big help in the going back to robot mode. So I might have had this whole thing wrong. Guess we'll find out when I get there. So guess we take this, rotate it down, just like that. Come here, take the arms, and we'll fold them up on that double joint, just like that. Take the whole engine, flip it up, bring the arms in, rotate the wings out to the side. And actually, as you're doing that, you want to rotate the arms up to where they go into that peg right there. Just like that. Nope. And then there's one problem with this, is the wing pops off the arms super easily. There we go. There we go. Just like that. Then over here, we'll flip these sections out, either side, and just peg them in to the lower wing. Oop, come on. Just like that, flip out the landing gear. Then from here, close that up. Take the legs here, we'll rotate the waist 180 degrees after we bring this whole section up. So rotate 180. We want to rotate the legs to where they're facing in like that. Fold the feet down, rotate them, yeah, like this. Actually, it is going to be this way because they're going to fold in on themselves. Just bring this whole section back up like that. Just bring this up and around. Just like that. Those will tab together. And just kind of fit around this section like that. Bring this down. Just like that. This will come back and line up with the notches there on the lower leg. And that will all just tab together. And then these will tab in right there. There we go. That will tab back into there. And then that is pretty much it for the Tornado, which is Tails' personal plane that he uses throughout the video games and a lot of the cartoons. So yeah, the Tornado, you got the Sonic logo there. You got what looks like a little Air Force type badge there. It's a cute little airplane. I mean, it's got a weird curve to the tail, but it is a short biplane. Propeller spins okay-ish. Would be better if it was on a pin instead of just kind of, well, it is on a pin, but it's just kind of free floating. It's not very well attached, I don't think. But yeah, not a bad little plane mode. You get a lot more of this gunmetal for the wings showing off here, at least on the top. Again, that black paint there. If you want, you can add this and look a little bit more like some of the video game models of the Tornado. I mean, so, yeah, the plane looks good here. A lot better than the car mode of Blue Booster. But then there is everything in the set. So, I mean, yeah, vehicle modes aren't terrible. I just wish they were better. And I really wish the transformation was better along with the robot modes. So, let's go ahead and go through that again with the transformation. We'll start with Blue Booster and end with Wingtail. So, thing right here. Go ahead and pop the canopy here. Untab this whole thing. Extend this down. Tab that in. Extend that. Tab it in. Bring this section up and around. Bring this down. Fold in the wheel. Fold this back, forming the back of the heel. Same thing on this side. Rotate that up. Flatten that out. Fold in the foot or the wheel, and then form the heel. And raise this up. So from here, bring this up. Rotate that. Bring that up to there. And actually, before we bring that up, we'll untab these sections back here so we can form his arms. Straighten that out, straighten it out, straighten out, and out. Rotate at the bicep, bicep. Bring that up. There we go. Bring this section down. And rotate that, flipping the head back up, closing up the panel there. Same thing with the backpack, and just straightening out the arms. There we have Blue Booster back in robot mode. So now we'll go on to Wingtail, and actually we'll go ahead and give Blue Booster his shield and power up blaster thing. There we go. Alright, now for Wingtail. Let's go ahead and flip these back up. And tab this rear section here. Bring that up. Bring this out to the side. And then just kind of rotate up like that. We'll untab the legs. Actually bring this up a little bit further like that. So we get clearance here. Just like that. Bring these down. Straighten them out. Down, straighten out. Rotate them forward like that. And while this is up here, rotate the waist around. We'll bring this section up. Unclip these from the wings. Just fold them back in. Get these wings out of the way. We unclip these sections here, so we want to bring this up like that. Unfold the arms. Gets a little stuck in those supports sometimes. Kind of gotta wrestle it out. Okay, got that one. There we go. Straighten that out. Rotate the bicep. bicep. And then plug this back into there. We'll actually keep that forward for now. Actually, we'll go ahead and bring them up like that and plug them, or just keep them right there for now. So we bring out, there we go. Bring out the arms, fold this section down. That will open up this, allowing you to bring this whole thing up to the side. Open that, rotate the cockpit section around. Fold that down. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so yeah, this needs to be up like this through the whole thing. And that just sits right there, like that. So then we'll take this, rotate these sections down. Again, very tight ball joints that I am afraid of snapping. Bring that all the way up to there. I'll give you some clearance for that. All right, bring these sections back. The arms down. Open this up. Flip that out. Okay, so I guess this kind of needs to be. There we go. That sits right back there. This closes back up. And then these kind of fold out. And there we have Wingtail back in robot mode. Go ahead and give him his blaster. And let's go ahead and get into final thoughts on this set. So, what do I think about this Sonic Transformers collab? It honestly could have been done a lot better. The engineering just gives me vibes of, you know, Prime Wars trilogy. Just the hollow plastic and thin plastic, as well as, you know, just empty joints, limited articulation, as well as, you know, clipped-on wheels, barely any paint, and what paint there is isn't the best, especially on Wingtail with the white paint kind of bleeding through some of the yellow, looking just unfinished and a little sloppily done. You know, this is just me being totally honest. Like, it's a great idea of a set, and, you know, finally figuring out what I was doing wrong with Wingtail made it a little bit better. But the execution just fell really flat and just leaves me feeling pretty disappointed in this set. Again, it could have been done a lot better, and I wish it was, because I really want to love this set. I mean, it still looks good. It's going to be on the shelf, posed in robot mode. That's pretty much it. Maybe vehicle mode every now and then. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. I'm not, like, angry disappointed like I was with Devastation Optimus, because that thing is just kind of crap. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the links down below, and be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Alxalon News. We recently looked at all the Comic-Con stuff. We're probably going to do some updates on that, looking at some of the stuff from the dealer, or, you know, the showroom floor and whatnot. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Be sure to check out my playlist. I've got Age of the Primes and Studio Series as well. And check out my socials. All that is down in the description. So see you next time. So long. Take care.